Yo, what is going on with it and down with it once again, ladies and gentlemen, bros, women, fanboys, and fangirls. I'm especially talking to you guys out there, and of course, as always, otakus and hikikomoris out there, this is the one, the only, of course, Mr. Nintendo's only free 2011, aka Manny Wolverine. Of course, you guys are wrestling intros and outros towards this channel. Excuse me. If you want to follow me on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, as always, links down below. And if you want to, I'm not forcing anybody, but subscribe and hit the bell if you want to. But today, ladies and gents, gotta give credit due almost always. I mean, I get my Spyro drag information. I've reignited from like other people like Benny Vidi or Vidi, Vivi, I think that's what his name is, Canadian Guy A, and a couple other dudes out there. Even though I don't really watch Canadian Guy A's videos that much, but I still watch one or two of his live streams a little bit here and there. Or even like old school Let's Players that were real fast speedrunners like Spyro Jam 85 or even freaking Mr. Moat and people like that. Or my boy over here, Mr. Andrew, or better known as some of you guys know because he has almost 26,000 subscribers and 2 more subs, Crystal Fissure. Really, really cool ass, bomb, awesome, kick ass guy. I've been subbed to him since like way back in I think it was like August or September 2012. So it's been a long time. It's almost like 6.5 years. So it'll be like 7, I think, this July or August. But yeah, I'll leave the link to both those videos that he posted up yesterday. And I think 2 days earlier. And speaking of which, I know I can't stress enough. I know you guys like my Spyro the Dragon news or Spyro Reignited remake news. I think the last time I got past 10 views was like it was like Sony news for PS4 Pro and all that stuff. So thank you for all my Sony fanboys and fangirls out there as well. Even though I still love Nintendo, but gotta give a little bit of love to them. But yeah, I can't stress this out enough. I'm gonna be reading this, but just to stress out enough, this is like 2 days before I leave to Boston to go to that fam reunion for a little bit. I'm going to be gone all the way to June 29th. So if you don't see any activity on my channel, I didn't quit. So it's either going to be the 29th or 30th I start making videos again. I just need a little bit of a mini vacation. I think it's like, pretty sure it's 9 o'clock on Saturdays when I leave. But this video is probably going to be up tomorrow, Friday. I'll probably have 2 videos out tomorrow. And then like my last 2 will probably be Saturday for a little while. And then I won't be back until almost July. So I'm going to be MIA for a little bit. But don't worry. I'll be back, hopefully. God willing, if the plane doesn't freaking fall out the sky, then I'd be screwed. Then you'll know about it. So, anyways, Slayer Lines. Anyways, I don't know where that came from. So yeah, I got a couple of this information from the Reddit post. I'll leave the link to all these new Reddits on the subreddit Spyro Reignited Reddit if you want to read that yourself. So, yeah, it's my boy, once again, Andrew, Crystal Fissure. He came up with some of this information already. He talked about a lot of the concept art, and it's a really cool-ass, what was it called? This little, like, reference or cameo appearance for, like, Crash Bandicoot Wampa Fruit at the end. So, shout out to him. Shouts out to that dude. So, it's a Spyro Reignited trailer. I'm probably not going to read the whole the article for this thing. So, shout out to Andrew Reiner for making this June 5th. So, it's about 2 days ago. You know, granted, it's like a Thursday right now. I know I normally don't do videos Thursday. That's when I'm going to be leaving the 9th. So, yeah. Yeah, you can follow them on their little social media. So, it says publisher Activision, Toys for Bob, developer, September 21st, 2018. 2018. Any you guys get that reference on a YouTuber, I think it was like Conspiracy Theories dude. Shout out to you. This is platformer, PS4 and Xbox One. So, it says, part of the Activision's business mimics archaeology. I think that's what it says. Archaeology or archaeology. Digging through decades of gaming history left behind by the other development studios with the hope of reshaping their works for a new generation to enjoy. I'm sorry I'm not showing my face today. It's looking really scroggy and ashy, so that's why I didn't do face cam today. Let's move on. Last year, we watched Activision subsidiary Vicarious Visions dig up Crash Bandicoot's first adventure, which dates back over the 20-year anniversary of the original PlayStation. Oh, and not to try to get sidetracked, but 2 other news that I did hear about, really, really important for you Nintendo fans. There's a lot more extra leaked information on Pokemon Let's Go, Pikachu Let's Go even. And they even said the Smash Bros. Creator, Masahiro Sakurai-chan, he's going to end up being at E3 this year. And it's going to suck balls because I'm going to end up missing it. But it is what it is. I'll still be able to see it on Twitter and probably the official Nintendo Twitch account and their YouTube account. I don't know. Official YouTube channel for Nintendo. Let's move on. So that's probably the only E3 news I'm going to be able to give you for a while. In creating the Crash Bandicoot Insane Trilogy series, Vicarious was tasked with what may sound like fool's errand, preserve the nostalgia for fans, so fans will feel like they were revisiting their favorite games, but also making it look state-of-the-art so that the next generation of gamers thought it was a new and exciting to accomplish this feature. Not one line of the code of the original game was used. Vicarious was rebuilt for the titles from the ground up, replicating the designs right and down to the exact placement of specific items. Crash's movement speed was also unaltered. The one significant altercation, was enhanced with the visuals. Vicarious made it look as beautiful as any other big-budget PS4 game out there. Crash Bandicoot Insane Trilogy series was a critical and commercial success, leading many to believe that Activision would explore Spyro the Dragon's history next. Activision made the decision well before the launch of the Insane Trilogy series, enlisting developer Toys for Bob to resurrect Insomniac's game, with 3 other Spyro games for the PlayStation fans. Now that experienced Spyro Dragon, Spyro 2 Ripto's Rage, and Spyro Year of the Dragon, through the Spyro Reignited trilogy series. Toys for Bob was no stranger to Spyro. This beloved dragon was a key player in this studio's wildly making success for games, such as Skylanders. Which I didn't really give a shit about Skylanders. Sorry, guys. My younger generation, millennials and linksters out there, you probably care about Skylanders. For me, it just didn't do it for me. Because I was already like my second year of college. I didn't have no time to play video games at all, except for like during my spring breaks, and that was probably it. And that was from like 2009 to 2012. So it says, let's move on. Toys for Bob mission is to retain the nostalgia of the series, but enhance its visual. It's visually proven to be a little bit more challenging than Vicarious vision. Alright, I'm going to stop moving the mouse. I'm just going to read it like this. As the visuals fidelity of the original Spyro games didn't hold up to as well as Crash's, the narrow play space of the Crash title series allowed for more detail to be included in the environments, whereas Spyro's worlds were more open and less defined. Toys for Bob's artists did their best to try to get into the minds of the Insomniac's artists to figure out their grand visions. Some of the stages teased of the idea of the ancient civilizations and magical places, but ended up consisting of just 2 huts and a streak of magical light in the distance, without adding any of the other geometry that they would change the play space. Change the play space. Toys for Bob, that's a tongue twister's play space. Try saying that 10 times fast. Alright, let's go forward. Toys for Bob's design team expanded onto the vision as much as possible. The environment still consists of just 2 huts, but they look entirely different. And they now intricately, I don't even know. I'm fucking up my words. Alright, let's go on. Detailed to convey the sense of the society and the magic. It looks like a new game, but fans will find it oddly familiar. Josh Nadelberg, hopefully I didn't butcher that last name. Nadelberg, it sounds super European. If I say my European users, subscribers that are watching, mainly the UK and Australia. As a director for Toys for Bob, said that that's a tricky balance in the process. And this is coming from his own mouth. So it says, "We tried to invoke the memory you had," unquote, he says. "Memories are always seen through the rosy glass. I had this experience showing my kids the original Legend of Zelda." And that was the old, NES, SNES, or N64 one? It's one of those 3. Because I know I grew up on the SNES, and then it was N64, which I only got to play that original old school NES once or twice, because one of my older cousins back in the day, when I was still in upstate New York at that time, I used to go once a month to his place, and he had the old school stuff like Duck Hunt, the Power Glove, Nintendo Power Glove, and freaking the Virtual Boy, because they were rich out the ass, and I wasn't. I was poor. But that's how it was back then. So it says, I told them, quote, "You're going to love this game. It's so cool," unquote. They looked at it and didn't see what I saw. It was totally It totally wasn't what I remembered, unquote. And then just a little extra quote that, but it wasn't what you expect. We're trying to stay the original intent, but the 20 years have passed, or when you go back and see what those games have looked like, you have a nostalgic idea of what's in your mind, but it's what you expect. Josh Nadenberg. Sorry if my voice is starting to sound a little bit tired. Let me drink a little bit more water. Oh, and by the way, I'm eating a couple, like, you guys can't see it, but I can. It's like these cheddar sour bacon things, or I think it was like the bacon version of Pringles. Oh, shut that bomb. I made a run real quick. I'm talking with my mouth full, my bad. Rude manners, whatever. I put some like this Mexican sauce called Goya sauce. Salsa habanero, bomb. Love it. Epic. It says, Toys for Bob showed me 2 new stages of Spyro Dragon series. Both sets an introduction to the artisan homeworld. Even in the original games, this realm is delivering a strong European and Tuscan vibe. Hold on. Alright, let's go on. But now I will find myself focusing on more of the foliage and the architecture in the distance. The stages note that it's called Toasty. It is an ankle-high grass, or Spyro's an ankle-high grass that flows into the wind and turns the cinders when his fire breeze scorches. Okay, that's different. They didn't have that in the original Spyro. The advancement in technology wasn't there yet, friends. Let's go on. Let's move on. Even the grass is completely changes the look of the game, but its original title, Spyro, just stood out of the flat green slab. I noticed a series of sparkling gems sitting along a brick wall and slightly hidden in the grass, and are also in the shade. Also a new element as the games didn't have any form of lighting except relied on the vertex coloring in a simulator. I don't know what the vertex is. I know what the cortex is, because old school Crash Bandicoot. Toys for Bob rebuilt all of the games and scratched it from the Unreal Engine 4. Went too far there. Hold on. There we go. That toasty art looks cool as shit, by the way. And this artwork. And develop tools. And develop and extract as much data as Insomniac games as much as possible. It says, quote, it wasn't an actual source of assets, however, says Peter Kavich. Hopefully that was right when I said it. Senior producer, Toys for Bob, so he's one of the big head honchos here. This tool allows us to map out one of the precious placements of the objects in the world and lines things to travel on. We have all the accurately captured and recreated stuff here. Insomniac here. Insomniac wasn't able to rely on the exact level meshes and use them for the paints over the artist. They also used the original collision meshes to deliver what is essentially the same part of the experience of the fresh coat of paint. The original game is basically running under a bunch of layers, Cavish explains. Okay. I guess I can show you a little bit of those pictures. I was going to read that last article over there, but this is way too effing long. Look at that cool one that was supposed to be in the Magic Crafters world. He was cool as shit. Annoying bastard, but he was cool. So you guys can read that there. The little lightness here. So it says the enemies that prowl onto these stunningly detailed environments offer the same behaviors and basic designs as before, but we are now filled with life. We come across a scruffy white dog, but don't engage it. Instead, we go back to what we see that we will do. The dog sniffs around, yawns, and curls up and takes a nap. He's probably talking about the Toasty level. As we approach, he opens one eye to see if something's wrong. We freeze in our tracks, and he falls back into sleep. His ear perks up with one of our next steps and leads to action, barking excessively. And a blast of fire that burns out into the hair, revealing hilarious skinny pulp wizard. Alright, this is getting way too long, but it says the wizard, and who is a dog, is a such... His physical being goes up into smoke, and he sinks comically in the clothes. Spyro looks exactly the same. Lighting and fire, however, makes it different, so he's still golden purple, but he's still in the shiny scales with the pulling shades of the pink artisan world. And you guys can read the other last part of the article here, as I was going to be done with that. That thing looks so cool. The artwork is amazing here. And that's it. Links to the description box down below. Links to both of these videos that Crystal Fisher, aka Mr. Andrew Colony, did will be down below as well. And I'm out here. Peace out once again, ladies and gentlemen, bros, women, fanboys, and fangirls. As always, otaku and hikikomori out there. We'll see you when I see you guys. Have a good day, have a good night, wherever you are around the universe. I'm drinking my weed at the same time, so I'm thinking reckless, keep it calm, keep it cool, keep it chill, keep it locked out there. And until the next time, guys, late and goodbye. Stay tuned for more video game article session reviews, anime, manga views, internet news, and I'm out of here. See you in almost July. I'm gone.